Good morning, fifth hour. Happy Thursday. Hopefully, you all can see me. Obviously, I can't see you, unfortunately. Sad. Here comes a tear. But hopefully, you can see me. Just logging on today to do our shout outs from last week's journals. If you forgot, those pictures were the one of the girl in the window with like a notebook or some sort of a book with her, and then the city that was like with waterfalls and castles. That cool looking picture, that was the second one. So I wanted to read off some shout outs here, and then I'm also going to read some for you so you can see what they look like. And I do have candy. Boom, right here, Haribo Gummy Bears. They are sour, but either way, delicious. And I'll gladly eat those for you since I hate to have them go to waste. So, I'll eat them for you, and then that way you can say, hey, at least somebody got to eat out of it. So, all right, so here are the shout outs from last week. I had 5 of those, I believe. So shout outs were Catherine, so nice job, Catherine. Emily, nice job. Isabel, nice job. Aricella, nice job. And Tatiana, so nice job for all 5 of you who did get shout outs. A lot of you did get all 8 points, just didn't get shout outs. I just tried to shorten them this week to make it a little simpler for when I'm doing these videos. So I'm going to read 2 of those, and the 2 I selected were from Tatiana and from Catherine. So you 2 were the lucky people who I chose for shoutouts for this week. So I'm going to start with Tatiana, and her story was called The Underwater City. So obviously it's about the picture of the city with the waterfalls and all that good stuff. So here it is, called The Underwater City. There was a time when mermaids were around. On one nice sunny day, all the mermaids were swimming in their city underwater. They were all having a good time until the ground started shaking. They all started panicking and evacuated the city. When they all evacuated the city, it started rising above the water. All the mermaids had sad faces, and they all questioned where they were going to live. Then out of nowhere, a bunch of whales came out of a cave and said, "You can stay with us until you find another story, if you want," and all the mermaids replied with a yes. A few days later, the mermaids had found a new city and thanked the whales for being so nice to them and letting the mermaids stay. The whale said, "No problemo." The mermaids swam off and went to their new city. After that, the mermaids lived a nice and peaceful life every single day until the end. So a little cliffhanger there. So nice job, Tatiana. So I will take a candy for you. So of our choices here, what's that? Oh, it seems like you want a red one. Well, then red you shall have. So here is a red Haribo Gummy Bear. As you can see right there, it's red. Boom. And again, I'll eat it for you. It's so good. Very nice choice. Very nice choice. Delicious. So, nice job, Tatiana. And Catherine, you are our second person. So Catherine's story was called Underwater City. So, and obviously hers was about, you guessed it, the city. So, Underwater City. It was the year 2467. The earth got too hot, and the polar caps started melting. Water started rising, and cities started to go underwater. San Diego was one of the cities that went underwater. There was a state of emergency in California that said they had to evacuate. The Red Cross helped people leave California and go somewhere else, but they couldn't save everyone. People were trapped in California and tried to survive, but they didn't make it. Only about 25 million people made it out alive. I was one of those people who made it out alive. We had to leave everything behind, our pets, clothes, everything, except for what was on our backs. The Red Cross evacuated us into big buses that were meant for about 70 people, but they shoved about 140 of us on every single bus. After we left, they took us to Nevada, where they dropped us off at shelters where we were for the next 5 days. After that, we were able to leave, and luckily we had family in Nevada, so we moved in and stayed with them. The end. So, Catherine, very good job on that one. Very creative and descriptive story there. So, candy for Catherine. And, oh, Catherine doesn't care what color? Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and reach in and grab something then for her, since she doesn't really care. Ooh, it's a green one. Catherine likes green. Tastes pretty good to me. You can probably taste it. You can probably taste it, Catherine, right? Very savory, very sour too. Okay, so you do have journals today. You got 2 pictures to choose from. They are due for next Tuesday, so by Tuesday, if you want to get a shout out, make sure those get turned in so I can go through them and grade them. And I'll post a video again next week for those shout outs. Yesterday, you had your DOL assignment. You're supposed to do the first one of that, and then tomorrow, you'll do the second one. So you don't have to turn it in until obviously you do all 4. So you had to do the first one yesterday, second one tomorrow. Okay? If you have any questions, go ahead and email me. I'll respond as soon as I can. Otherwise, let's have a good day.